with analysis. Fox News contributor, the architect, Karl Rove. All right, Karl, I got a note from a friend of mine. He called it Governor Palin, Sarah Palin, shock and awe. What do you think?
She did great tonight. Actually, they both on the surface did good, but she did particularly well given the impression that people had of what she was going to do coming into this debate. And I'm not certain if the media is fair and gives a clear look at what Joe Biden said tonight that he's going to come off of this debate very well. I counted up. I've got 10 big misstatements where Joe Biden is factually wrong and 6 where he's wrong, but we could have an argument about it. But there are 10 factual statements that he made tonight that are just flat, dead wrong. And I'd be happy to go through some. Well, he said McCain voted the same way on the budget resolution as Barack Obama did. I went back and checked. Those votes were on March 14th and June 4th of this year. McCain's vote no, Obama votes yes. And in that budget resolution is a tax increase, calls for tax increases starting on people making as little as $42,000 a year. He said under Obama, people will pay no more than they did under Reagan. The top rate under Reagan was 28%. Under Clinton, it was 39.5%. They want to return it to 39.5%. He said it would take 10 years, at least 10 years, to get any oil from new production. That's just simply not true. It'd take a year or two in some instances. He said the use of force resolution in Iraq was not a war resolution, an authorization for war. Yes, it was. He said John McCain voted the same way as Barack Obama did on funding the troops. Again, go to the final passage vote. Barack Obama votes no. John McCain votes yes. He said we're spending as much in 3 weeks in Iraq as we have in 7 years in Afghanistan. No, that's not correct. He said Article 1 of the Constitution refers to the legislative branch, refers to the executive branch and refers to the legislative branch. He said there's a windfall profits tax in Alaska. He had once again repeated this canard about a nuclear weapons bill that Barack Obama passed. And finally, he said John McCain opposed Clinton on Bosnia. Again, not true. Those are the ones where he's just factually inaccurate. I've got others where I think he's inaccurate, but we could argue about it.
We have a short time, unfortunately, but I go down the list as well. I mean, she said the troops were down at pre-surge levels. That's not true. She said we could make up the $700 billion a year we spend on foreign oil. We don't have the oil to do that domestically. I go down the list of things she said that
Alan, you and I could argue about those. These things that I've just listed, we can't argue about.
Well, no, I feel the same way about things I just said. We're not down to pre-surge levels in Iraq.
Yes, we are. We're down to 142,000, I think, or thereabouts. We're down to pre-surge levels.
138,000 pre-surge levels were not that. Listen, 3,000 off. But the fact is, again, any mind